What kind of person decides that a normal novel isn't enough and keeps writing long after everyone else would have stopped? Picture a desk under a dim lamp, night after night, pages stacking like sediment at the bottom of time. Outside, decades pass, wars end, radios become televisions, typewriters give way to keyboards. But inside that room, one man keeps writing, and writing, and writing. In the 20th century, when attention spans were shrinking and the world was speeding up, a handful of writers did something almost absurd. They attempted the impossible. Novels so long they contained not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but millions of words. Not a series, not a collection, one continuous literary universe. At first, it sounds like obsession, maybe madness. Who would read such a thing? And more importantly, why would anyone write it? Here's the twist. These writers weren't chasing records. They weren't trying to shock the world. They were trying to capture something that short books couldn't hold, the full weight of human consciousness. Every memory, every hesitation, every unspoken thought between two heartbeats. One of these men began with a simple goal, to describe life as it truly felt. But life refused to stay small. A childhood memory demanded 10 pages, a single evening stretched into an entire volume. Time itself became the main character, folding backward and forward, looping, repeating, refusing to be tamed. Years turned into decades, friends aged, publishers doubted. Some volumes appeared to silence, others to confusion. Yet the manuscript kept growing, stacked in boxes, drawers, and later, digital files. Millions of words, a literary mountain no one person could easily climb. Midway through the journey, doubt crept in. Was this work unreadable? Unfinishable? Would anyone ever reach the end? But that was the point. This wasn't a book meant to be conquered. It was meant to be lived in. Readers who entered found themselves wandering through minds instead of plots, emotions instead of action. Time slowed, moments expanded. The act of reading became an experience, not a task. And slowly, almost quietly, the world realized something extraordinary had been created. Not the longest novel just by numbers, but one of the deepest. When the final word was written, it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a life completed. Proof that storytelling doesn't have to rush, that some ideas demand patience measured in years, not pages. And maybe that's the real legacy of the man who wrote the longest novel. A reminder that depth still matters, and that sometimes the longest journeys are the ones that stay with us forever. If this story stretched your imagination, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Would you dare to read a novel that never seems to end?